Well, hey, listen, you will never make money if you actually bear the four things that I've actually outlined on this board. Because I know you really love to make some cash. I would love to make some cash. And I believe everyone, right now, you're trying as much as you can to make some cash. But there's some things that you need to improve yourself. Otherwise, if you continue with the same character that you're doing right now, it's gonna be just a dream. And at the end of the day, it's gonna be a dream. And somebody said, hey, hope is a good breakfast, but is a poor dinner. What does it mean? It's always good to start with a hope at the beginning of anything. Whether it's a beginning of a business, beginning of an investment, beginning of any venture, you're supposed to start with hope. But if you end with hope, then it becomes a bad dinner. And again, today, I'm going to disturb your comfort and I'm going to explain and tell you the truth the way it's supposed to be. And at the end of the day, you're going to thank me. All what you need to do is to watch this video to the end. And I want you to be a person who understands things and actually, before you even rush into saying anything, listen to it out to the end so that you understand the maximum out of this video. All right? Sit back, relax. And by the way, do not forget, if you don't want to miss any of my good videos in the future, how do you do that? Just subscribe to this channel. And how do you do that? On the right there is a small button written subscribe. Hit that magical button and you'll be notified whenever I upload a new good video. And like this video as well. Now, let's get to the point. Now, the very first point that you ain't and you're gonna make money if you are common. What does it mean? You just have nothing that stands out. You're just an average person. You're just common. Meaning that, hey, if people are out there complaining, you're out there complaining. If people are out there doing something, you're just there. You do not have the principles that guides you. You have nothing that stands out from you. Listen, one thing. I understand that the education that you went through all the way from kindergarten to the tertiary, if you are you got lucky and you actually got that. But at the end of the day, that actually kills the talents of majority of the people. And they told you, hey, you are a teacher and you can only make money as a teacher. You are a doctor, you can only make money as a doctor, and you have to work on the mainstream for you to get the cash. Let me tell you one secret. If you are just common, you do not have something that stands out. You have nothing that differentiates you or from the rest of the group. Then it means at the end of the day, it's gonna be very hard for you to actually make money. What do I mean by this point? Is that, and I want you to get this point. Money, as you think about it, money is always a reward given after solving someone's problem. And let me tell you one secret. The only way you can solve someone's problem is if you have something that stands out. If you have the capability of solving someone's issue. If you solve that problem, they're always ready to throw money at you. It's that simple. For example, say like maybe you are a financial advisor and people are facing financial crisis or financial problems and they come on to you, tell you, hey, you know what? I earn this amount of money and I do not know where my money goes and I would love to have the skills and in all the things that are required to at least know how to manage my money. And you tell them, guess what? You are the right place. Sit down. I understand something 1, 2, 3 about money. This is what you do. This is not what you do. And this is how it goes. This is how you invest. This is where you invest, because if you do this, you do the other. Guess what you're doing? You're solving their problem. And at the end of the day, of course, you have to attach value to that service that you've offered. Now, at the end of the day, if you do not have anything that you can offer on board, sometimes I get some inbox from my phone, and then people are telling me, hey, Joseph, tell me where I can actually go and make money from a certain website or a certain thing. They ignore the aspect of having the skills. There's no way you can just make money just like that. How do you make money? Like how? What do you mean? Like how? And when you tell them, hey, it starts first with getting the skills. Now that's where we draw the line and they disappear. Because at the end of the day, you need to, there's no any website that you'll go and just download money. Everything and anything requires you having the skills. You have the skills, and then you having the skills, you go there, solve the problems. For example, if you would like to be a writer, there are a variety of those areas where you can go and do the writing. But if you have to understand the formatting of writing. You have to understand what is to write and how to write and what to write and all those kind of things. So you have to get the skills first. You have to stand out from the crowd. All right, the crowd of the complaining and what have you, acquire some skills, and then from there you disseminate them, and then you get some money in return. Number 2, if you are average, have you ever met these guys who are just average in anything and everything they perceive in life? You find these guys, when you tell them, hey, these are the guys when they understand this is the format of life. When you are young, you're taken to the kindergarten. After kindergarten, you go to the primary, secondary, the tertiary. After that, you're supposed to marry. You marry as early as you can, hey, because you see, if you marry as early as you can, you'll brought up your kids when you're still healthy and young. And then after that, once you get the first kid, they tell you, hey, get the second one, because I don't know, the wife will disappear and all those kind of things. They're just average in their things, all right? And once you ask them, then why are you doing this? Well, they tell you, I am doing this because this is what we do in our society. This is what we do because it is norm according and the customs according to our society. So if you become an average person, you do not question the things. For example, if you ask somebody, why are you a Christian? They just tell you, I say I was born up from a Christian family. That's not a reason enough to say that you're a Christian. You're supposed to say, I'm a Christian because of 1, 2, 3. I'm a Muslim because of 1, 2, 3. I believe in this because I'm 1, 2, 3. You're supposed to back your understanding. You're supposed to actually say, hey, guess what? Yeah, I understand. I might have born from that kind of a family, but guess what? This is what I am, and I am what I was born from because I did my own research, and this is where you get what I'm saying. But if you're just an average individual, guess what will happen to society? The society will dictate to you what you're supposed to do. And let me tell you one secret. You find in most of the people in this life get affected, or they are affected by what the society says. If the society dictates by 25 you're supposed to be married, even if you are rich, even if you are not, they tell you, you just get married. You just get married. Property will just come. In Swahili we say, pesa zitakuja tu, mtoto anakuja na sahani yake. And then you get into it. In the third year of your marriage, things becomes on the crisis. You do not have money. You cannot even cater for your family, and all those kind of things, just because the society told you. And I came to realize one thing. Most of the external factors that are coming out there to you actually have a very, very bigger influence than what you have from the external factor. And I always tell people, it's good to always improve on the inner personality. Let that what you do be driven from the inner part of you rather than the external part of you. Say if you would like to buy a car, it's not because that your friends have bought a car. No, you want to buy a car because according to your own schedule, according to your own understanding, according to your own, a plan or budget, it actually tells or dictates you to having a car. It's not about them. You see, all of them can buy, but you haven't. Maybe let's say all of them are building their houses. To you, we are viewing it on a different life. You're saying, hey, guess what? I'm thinking of first of all investing my money. Then I'll build my house in my passive income. Or, hey, guess what? You guys are all getting married. So, well, it's an amazing thing. I love it. But as of now, that's not according to me. I'll give myself 1 year or 2 because I want to achieve this and that. Or maybe I don't want to get married. See, you have to have your own understanding. You have to have your own self-driven inner motive that what you do the things. And let me tell you one thing. The moment the society realizes that you stand out from them, wow, they say, hey, this guy is kind of unique. This guy is not, you're not playing by the rules. You're not like this. You're not. That's a reality. So the point is that you're supposed to have your own principles that drive you, that the principles that controls you. And that moment, that's the time you realize, hey, the sky was not actually the limit. It was way above the sky that was your limit. That's the reality. So avoid being common, avoid being average. Don't be average. You have to stand out there. For example, if you were to, bring all the rich people together and ask some of the questions, you realize there's something that plays common in them. This guy, they don't play by the societies or societal rules. All right. These are the guys when you're starting. For example, there's a guy whom I was making. The guy wanted to, he was importing actually he imported a certain machine to compress, I don't know, this salt that the cows or whatever the livestock usually leaks or something of. It's kind of weird kind of a business. And I was like, where is the market? What makes you to do this example thing? And then the guy was just there confidently explaining to you how is the numbers looks like and all those kind. And I'm telling you right now as you speak, that business actually standing and it's amazing and he's making money. So you have to be out there. You have to be uncommon from the rest of the society. Number 3, you are always available. You see, this is the problem that people make. If you read the 48 laws of power, that already tells you they're supposed to create an aura of mystery. And if you want to be a leader one day, you are supposed to create an aura of mystery. Just to be this kind of an individual. Don't, make yourself be available. People can even predict you. Hey, if you want to miss so-and-so, just be here at 5, he will be here. He has to pass by here. He has to be at here. He has to do all. You see, you're so much predictable. Your patterns are actually read. People can even tell you when you're progressing. People can tell you when you're going down and all those kind of things. And people can actually say, hey, I think that guy do not have money now because you see what he's eating. And we know whenever he has money, this is what he eats or where she eats. You get the thing. Just be unpredictable. Just be the kind of an individual who is not being even understood by the people. It's only you who understands you. And that means that if you avoid being available at all the time, see what happens when you become available at all the time. It means that you actually what we call sacrificing your time for the purposes of maybe, let's say, fitting in or something of sort. And also, all meaning that always being available is it means that you're probably being idle. You probably do not have something that you can be able to do. And at the end of the day, this is gonna cause crisis in your life. And I always tell people, if you look around, you can pick something that you can actually work on, even if you do not have that conventional job that you're doing. You can always pick that what you do not have, but it's that's what they're available. Be doing that specific thing, and as the time goes, you end up getting into what you love. For example, if you watch my older videos, you get me, I was into the painting, I was into that kind of a business. I think that would be enough to explain to you. It's always good to pick that what you have at the moment, so that at least you wait for that what you love. And as you do so, it shows commitment. Let me tell you one thing. You really have to show, really have to build yourself all the way from ground. You really have to have the management skills all the way from when you're getting a small amount of money, so that, and by the time you're getting that huge amount of money, you already know how to go about it. You already know how to actually manage it, grow it, and also retain it and maintain it. That is exactly what we say. So at the end of the day, make sure that you do not make yourself available at all the time. Make sure that at least you get something that you're doing for the sake of your life, and that is the only way that you grow yourself, you improve yourself, you generate that energy, you actually go ahead and influence positively in the society where you are hailing from. And the last one but not least is that you are a people pleaser. You have to make sure that people understand you. These are the people pleaser. Have you ever met some people? And by the way, the pastors and the whatever, these are the people who talk about the information that people want to hear. They tell you you will receive, you will do this, but you're doing nothing about it. First of all, you don't know even how to budget your money. First of all, you don't even know how to go ahead and invest that amount of money. You're just, you're squandering everything, and they're telling you you receive because that's what you want to hear. You're becoming a people pleaser. And the moment you realize that you have said the truth, but it's not comfortable with the majority of the people in your surrounding, then you tend to retrieve the truth and say something different. No, if you believe and subscribe to that, and you believe that is the truth, and it is the truth, not you believing. So there's a difference between that's how I view it, that's what makes me happy, and the reality on the ground. So if that's really the truth, then stick to that and make yourself understood. No matter what, at that occasion, make sure that you get understood. And if you have not been understood, just leave it that way. That is the truth, and that's what you subscribe on. It's always good to avoid being a people pleaser at all the time. And when I say don't be a people pleaser, does not mean you be rude. No, it means tell them, hey, you know what? That what people you believe, I do not subscribe to that. Why? Because fine, or for me, I do believe in 1, 2, 3, and that is the only way you can actually go ahead and realize the full potential. Guess what, guys? That's the end of my video, and this is what I would love you to tell you. You can always grab my number from the description of this specific video. Give me a call. I offer services pertaining to financial management, offer services pertaining to investments, businesses, and what have you. I do also have some booklets about investments, some of the areas where you can be able to invest. Talk of money market fund, treasury bills, treasury bonds, to do with circles, to do with the conventional businesses. Just name any business that is out there. I have all those business plans ready for you. A copy goes only for 280 shillings. Grab that number from my description of this specific video and call me, text me, and we get started. For now, it's a goodbye and see you in the next one.